Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody?
What?
It is the most styling, the most profiling wrestling podcast out there. This is EgoDrip.
Mm-hmm.
I am Hambone.
Mm-hmm.
That's Nick. That's Con. They're in the same house.
We are.
I'm not there, but yeah, I really thought that you guys were like just going to be on the same camera and you were going to like snuggle and
lap to lap, meat to meat.
No,
that's later. That's later. We live.
B-roll. What's going on, brother?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got a early show today.
Mm-hmm.
Decided that we were going to go live right after All In so that we could get right on our reactions, some predictions for Payback. How you guys feeling? You look like you're ready. You're both like moving around a lot.
I'm warmed up. I'm limbered up.
You're feeling good? Did you stretch?
Yeah, stretch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you moisturize?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I showered.
I'm just asking. Have you eaten?
Yes.
Oh, true.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Fine. All right. So before we get into All In, we got to talk about this.
Yeah.
We all feel the need to say some things about Bray, so I'll open this up to you guys. Do we want to just go one by one, say some stuff about Bray? What are we doing?
I can go first if you want. So we've expressed it ad nauseum of how I'm a newer fan. And I became a fan around 2019. I remember the kind of the pivotal moment of my like fandom is when Becky Lynch became Becky Two Belts. Is how I remember like when I first started really getting into wrestling. And I think a big thing that really made me a fan was kind of way later in that thing when Edge came back at the Royal Rumble and just a bunch of other things like that, like getting into things and just, stuff like that. And so that kind of solidified me being a wrestling fan, whereas guys like Malachi Black and Bray Wyatt really solidified like what wrestling to me, like what the limits were in wrestling. And it just added a whole different scope as to what kind of wrestling could be. It's not just guys hitting each other with chairs. It's very artistic. It's very theater. It's very, it's so much more than what people who portray it as fake portray it as. Yeah. And so Bray Wyatt was a very big staple in my fandom because he showed me exactly what wrestling could be. And for him to be lost, was he 35, 36?
36.
36, man. It's just way too young. And we were so like in the infancy of the Uncle Howdy, everything like that we just, it's just, we're never going to see anyone like this guy ever again. And as much as, like Malachi Black does the stuff like that, it was a whole different plane with Bray Wyatt. And yeah, it's tough. It's real tough.
Don.
Honestly, I'm still processing it. It still really hasn't hit me that he's gone. But Nick just gave us his perspective as a newer fan, and for older fans like me and Hambo, we remember him as Husky Harris. Like that's the first time we saw him on our TV screen, and we just kind of saw him evolve from there. And I remember how dry wrestling was for a while, for a long time, to the point where I was just watching TNA because TNA was scratching the itch that WWE just wasn't scratching for me. Excuse me. And then, I got hit to NXT and found out about the Wyatt family. Didn't know what that was. And I couldn't even tell you the first time I ever actually got to see the Wyatt family. I think I might have saw them towards the end of their NXT run. But I just remember once they got on Raw, for me, WWE got interesting again because we got this. And I think, as Nick said, this was Bray Wyatt was just best case scenario of just how how far wrestling could take its imagination.
Mhm.
So for us to witness him as Husky Harris, and then to go into Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family, and then to evolve into the Fiend, and then to even evolve from that and to be fired because he was fired, he was let go.
Yeah, that's true.
And then came back with one of the most memorable returns of our lifetime.
Oh man!
And then for him to begin to tell what I believe was going to be a really massive story in wrestling, and then for that to be put on hold because of, you know, his health, and then to find out that he passed away, it was just like fucking shit. He's been in the company for about like over 10 years now, right?
It's got to be. Yeah.
At least, yeah.
To me, it doesn't feel like it. And again, because we've watched him, you know, me and Hambo, and we watched him since the beginning of his career. It's just like it don't feel like 10 years when you hear like 2013. It don't feel like 10 years when you hear 2012. But he's been around that long, and he's damn near done it all. You know what I mean? 2-time world champion. He's really just done a lot. I didn't watch the tribute episode. I made the conscious decision not to watch it because I just didn't think that I could handle that. I didn't think I was ready to see him in the light. Excuse me. But this one's gonna take me a minute to process. This one was very, very painful for me. Yeah, I don't really have much to say past that.
So this one fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like this one fucked me up. You know, for me, that was the point, B-roll.
Mm-hmm.
For me, you know, being like a fat guy, you know, I have this thing about, you know, like I always tend to root for fat guys in wrestling. So to see a guy like Bray who came on and, you know, he's a bigger guy with a beard and he's tattooed up and all this stuff, you know, I saw a lot of myself in Bray, and that definitely was a big part of why I was such a big fan of his. But we've all talked about how creative he was. I think that he is the most creative mind of our generation. I don't think we even got to really touch that. Every time they tried to push him down, he'd come back with something and get himself over again. You know, I talked about when we talk, like everybody's always like, "Oh, what's your favorite Bray Wyatt moment?" And for me, it was meeting him, and I say that because, you know, everybody in wrestling who has talked about him so far has talked about like how good of a person he was and how, you know, they all just felt happy when he was around, made everybody smile and all that stuff. And when I met him, that's exactly how I felt. Like, he acted like he knew me forever. You know, we talked, you know, just a little bit, but he did give you that feeling like he knew you forever. And I think that speaks to the kind of person that he was behind the scenes. And that makes it even harder to lose somebody like him, especially at his age, especially because of something like COVID. So yeah, this one sucks. I mean, that night that it was announced, I didn't sleep that night. I was just up thinking about it all night. This one fucked me up. I think we're all still kind of processing it because it definitely didn't feel real. It still doesn't feel real. You know, like we all talked about, it's very reminiscent of Brody. You know, it was sudden. We weren't expecting it, and that's making it even worse. So yeah, this one sucks. This one really sucks. So, you know, dedicate this show to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
he will be missed. I'm all about putting Bray in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what you say about it. I think that he could go in 2024 and deserves it. So
most definitely.
Yep.
So this is definitely a downer week with this for sure. But we're gonna move on to something happier. Let's talk about All In. We're getting in there, like B-Roll said before the media scrum.
Yep,
we're getting in there. Who knows what's gonna fucking happen at the media scrum? Because we're already hearing backstage shit happening.
We're already hearing backstage bullshit. So
we're talking about that. So
getting right to it, boy.
All right, boys. Let's what's general overview? How did you feel tonight?
Amazing.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. That was a great show.
I personally didn't think there was a down moment. I mean, we definitely walked away a few times because to express a little more. Me and Con are in the same house. I'm at Con's house in Florida right now, but there's like 9 of us here. So like we're all just kind of walking in and out. You're probably gonna see a bunch of people walking in and out of Con's camera and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people here, and we're all just hanging out and having a good time. So there was a lot of walking in and out of the room and stuff. And so, but every time I looked at the camera, every time we were sitting down and like focusing on it, it was nothing but amazingness on my screen. So, and honestly, like you had to do that because of how big the stakes were for this, and that's amazing to me that they were able to keep that going and going and going. And even like Khan, his famous bathroom match, he walked away from the women's match, and that shit was still good. It was really fun. There was a lot of moments in that shit, man. Like there was a lot of fucking moments in that shit where I was like, okay, like they're at least keeping me entertained. I wouldn't say it's one of the best matches, but it was definitely, it kept me entertained throughout the whole show.
Saraya looked fantastic.
Yep.
Her
outfit was fire.
There were several. I thought it was a great show from start to finish. There were several times where they took like the panoramic shots or just getting the crowd or whatever, and it was surreal to see that many people at a wrestling event, especially one that was not WWE. It's insane to see it. I'm very happy to see it. I love AEW. I love all wrestling, and shit like this is just, it's good for wrestling all around. So very happy to see what a success it was, and I think they delivered.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I do want to say that I don't subscribe, and I know we all don't subscribe to the AEW versus WWE shit, but those WWE marks, boy, y'all eating your words, boy. I'm telling you what, bro. Y'all can't say shit about this shit. 81,035 people, bro. You can't say and they did it was no hard cam shit. They did the full drone shot. You saw there was nothing but the only empty seats I saw were nosebleeds.
With the spin.
Way high. Way high, bro. None of that shit. Yeah, y'all can't talk right now.
And then they doubled down. Then they said, "Hey, we'll be back next year."
Boy,
I was going to say,
they said, "Oh yeah, you like this? Hey, we're gonna do it again next year."
Yeah.
I love that they did it too, because we talked about this before, that John Cena coming out and saying, "Oh, WrestleMania in London was such a response to how well AEW was selling tickets." And I feel like them doing that was a response to that. Like, oh, okay, we'll just do it again next year.
Yes, sir.
We're going to do it before you even get to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, it was such a ballsy move. So I love that they did that. They announced it right then and there. They one-upped them again. It's fun to see them one-up each other every now and then.
It's really cool to see the competition. Like I said, we don't subscribe to that AEW versus WWE shit. However, it is really cool to see them go back and forth and try to outdo each other, because it's just good for us.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
fans, it's just good for us to see them go back.
And you know what? If WrestleMania, or if WWE does announce that WrestleMania 41 or something is going to be in London,
love it.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what they pull out for it, especially after All In London too.
Right.
It'll be a sight to see. So
exciting, man. Exciting.
All right, so let's talk about our matches one by one here. So this was 0 Hour, the pre-show.
Yeah. To say the least.
The first
to say the least. to say the fucking least, bro. Holy shit.
So yeah, I mean, this was a decent match. I love Aussie Open. I'm a little upset for them, not having those titles for a long time, but I get it. They're doing it for the storyline. Aussie Open with the win. I honestly thought, and we'll talk about this obviously more when we get to it, but I thought Better Than You, Baby, winning the titles honestly was just to try to flurry us to go, oh, there's not going to be a turn. They won the titles.
Yeah.
I was wrong with that, but
yeah. No, I knew they had to, because at the end of the day, someone's got to beat them for those titles, so I knew they couldn't keep something going. But however, I know none of us sat up here thinking one time that they were going to beat Aussie Open for them titles.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to win.
Not at all.
No.
Genuinely shocked. Like, both of our faces dropped, when this shit went down. So good on MJF and Adam Cole. And the fact that MJF held up 2 belts at the end of that match is crazy.
I always love seeing when a wrestler gets 2 belts. I always like seeing that shit.
Love seeing that shit.
Any other thoughts on this one, fellas?
No, I'd like to see what they do next with this. I'm assuming that's where their story goes after this, and we'll talk about their main event later.
Yeah.
I think that MJF Adam. First of all, I've been saying for weeks that I don't want this MJF Adam Cole shit to end, and I got my fucking wish. So thank you, Papa Khan, because holy fucking shit, dude. I just didn't want that shit to end, bro. So I'm really excited for that shit. But I'm really excited to see where they go. What they're gonna do. Are they gonna be on Ring of Honor? Actually, or are they just gonna stay on AEW? That's a whole different conversation. So I'm very interested to see what they do with that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting too if they did put them on Ring of Honor, because like we said this beforehand. I think Khan said it. This was smart. What a way to get people to buy 0 Hour or to watch 0 Hour, right?
Yeah.
What a better way to get people to buy Honor Club and maybe have more people tune into Ring of Honor than make sure that MJF and Adam Cole are on there defending these belts.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's working. They're smart over there. They know what they're doing over there.
The last thing I'll say about this match before we move on is kangaroo kick.
Kangaroo kick, bro. This shit's hard. I didn't think that was gonna be cool, but it was.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. I don't know with this match. I just
I said this during the match. I don't think this feud is doing anything for either person.
No, it's not.
I really think both of these guys would do tremendously better if they had someone they faced that could put them over. I don't know who that person is. Because there's not someone I can equate like The Miz or like Seth Rollins to in AEW right now. So I don't know who could be, those really safe choices that even if they lose 1,000 times to these people, they're never gonna go down in fucking credibility. That's what I'm thinking when I say Seth Rollins and The Miz types. I don't know who's that in AEW right now, but they need something to where if Hook beats so and so, that so-and-so is not going to be less credible.
You know what I would do?
What's up?
I would pick my 2 picks to put each person over. Yeah. I would probably pick, this is just me. And this is me being aware of what's currently going on with each wrestler here. This is just a little fancy booking. I would pick Orange Cassidy to feud with Jack Perry. Ooh. And I would pick somebody I know we've seen it before, but I would pick either somebody like Powerhouse Hobbs to go against Hook, or
they do have history.
Even to for real, put him on Collision and have him do some shit with Ricky. That's what I would do. Those are my picks.
Ricky. Yeah, I feel like Hobbs is a little too fragile for that right now. I feel like Hobbs is trying to get his own lane going. I would like to see that, but if I'm speaking just in the terms of I'm really trying to get Hook over, I'm really trying to get Jack Perry over. Hobbs is not my first pick. However, I would like to see that at one point in time. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I think those matches would be fire. But I would love to see somebody, maybe even Punk, could take both these guys and do something with them. I mean, I think Punk is probably in that lane of just if you.
I think Punk would definitely be able to put Jack Perry over.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about that then. First off, let me let me just say that about this match, like I take out what we're about to talk about. I still think that this was the wrong move because I really think that Jack should have went over. I think it's weird that they had him lose when he's in the middle of a massive push to a Hook who has not even been on TV for a while. Yeah. And the other reason that I think he should have won is because I really think that Jack should have won and then thrown the FTW title away because I feel like
I'm with you.
First off, it's not helping anybody. It's an unrecognized title, even though they do recognize it and announce it and all that. But it's not doing anything for anybody. But I feel like it's really holding Hook back because me and my buddy I was watching it with, I turned to him at one point. I was like, let me ask you something. What is Hook?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is he? Like, all he is a guy carrying around a title that is unrecognized that his dad made famous.
Dad's a kid. His dad's a kid.
And that title is just continuously connecting him to his more famous father. Yeah. And I feel like AEW has proven that, they've proven it with like the Guns. You get them away from the more famous father, and they're probably going to get off.
Yeah, facts. True.
But let's talk about what is being reported backstage after the match.
Yeah.
So we saw during the match, Jack took the backdrop onto the glass, and then he got into the camera, and he said, "It's real glass, cry me a river," which was a reference to apparently him and Punk had an altercation weeks ago where Jack Perry wanted to use real glass in a match, and Punk said, "We're not doing that because there's no reason to do something dangerous like that when there's alternatives." So apparently it was a little shot at Punk. Jack leaves, goes into the back, and right before Punk is going out for his match with Samoa Joe. Now, this is what's being reported by Fightful, which I usually believe Fightful. Fightful, for me, is a credible source. Okay. And they're reporting that, Jack Perry went up to Punk, got in his face, bumped him a little bit, and then they had an altercation.
This was after the match? Or before?
This is before Punk came out.
This is before Punk came out.
So after Jack Perry and before Punk. So right as the main card started, this is when it happened.
A little spicy.
So now the question is this real or not? Because I again, and I keep saying this, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody is just really fucking just not situationally aware at all. But man, what a fucking stupid move by Jack Perry at the biggest show that this company is going to have, knowing what happened after Brawl Out, to go back and get in one of the faces of the biggest fucking people on the roster right before his match at the biggest show they're probably ever going to have. What a dumb fucking move.
Well, okay, so I feel like I have a couple of things for this. So one, this is just more Punk drama, unfortunately. And I feel like people get off on the Punk drama right now.
I
feel like they're just kind of looking for Punk drama. So anytime they see Punk,
he's gonna take the heat for this, even though it wasn't his fault, just because of what happened with Brawl Out, which is
right. So that's happening. On top of that, I feel like I agree with Punk. If you don't have to use glass. If you don't have to use glass, the only reason I can see you using glass is how they use glass tonight, which was the car. You can't replace all the glass on the car with fucking whatever you call it, with a sugar glass. You can't do all that. That's a lot of work. So I think it's like I agree with Punk in this scenario, and I just think Punk gets a harsher reaction from people when he stands up for himself or stands up for something he believes in, because he has this narrative about him of him being difficult. So when he does something like this, someone like Jack Perry knows all the history with Punk being difficult and just immediately thinks he's being difficult. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, is that I feel like Punk's getting a bad rap for this right now. Now more information can come out and I could totally change my answer.
When in actuality is that Jack Perry was just being emotional.
Yeah. And like I don't disagree with taking the shot on camera. I disagree more so with the backstage scuffle.
Exactly.
I agree with you, bro. It's hip hop. It's fucking wrestling, dude. Do your shit on camera. But once you go backstage, bro, Knock that shit off. Don't
Yeah,
start the
you
shit again.
purposely went backstage to start some shit.
Exactly.
Like, you
So don't
purposely
do that.
went to do that, knowing about the fallout of Brawl Out and at the biggest show this company's ever had.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
That's
So
where you went too far.
yeah, I don't know about that. I as far as to answer your question, if it's real, the only reason I would say it's real is because it happened off camera and we didn't see it, and the only person talking about it is Fightful. If we saw it,
and the only reason I brought that up is because you brought up Punk, and then it's like, oh well, what if this is work and we're getting Punk and Jack Perry at All Out?
It's an accidental segue on my part. I totally forgot about that when I made that comparison. I was just trying to think of people, but it does make sense. If it's a work, I would like to see more of it later on, maybe at Dynamite. Maybe they address it at Dynamite or Collision or something like that.
Yeah.
As of right now, I have to just assume it's real because it just happened 3 hours ago, and the only person talking about it is Fightful. So I'm gonna say it's real right now, but obviously, my answer can change.
Right. Con, you got any more thoughts?
Nah, not really. Not really on this one.
Oh, I agree with you too about Hook. That I think him having this title is kind of backing him up, because I did say earlier in our group chat that or holding him back, excuse me, that I it's his dad's title, maybe he should have it, but he's living in his dad's shadow right now holding that title. So if he's just gonna be his dad's kid walking around, cool, but like go somewhere else, like you can go to Ring of Honor with that or wherever you want to go else with that, because it's just not, it's whatever. But again, with like you said, the guns and getting away from Billy, like amazing. Like they're awesome now. They're in Bullet Club. They're their own thing. Like it's great.
Former tag team champions already.
Yeah. I would love if Hook threw this title in the trash.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be dope.
If he came out and did it and said, "Hey, this title's holding me back."
Yep. That would be dope.
All right, so that was 0 Hour. So we jump into the actual show. Starting off hot.
That was a crazy start off, bro.
Loved it.
Yep. I had a lot of money on Fozzy opening up the show.
Joe was dog walking him, bro. Joe was dog walking the shit out of him.
Facts. Big facts. Yeah, I was shocked when Punk got any type of advantage, because Joe was just doing everything he could.
He was on his ass,
beating this man down. And I kept looking at Khan. I was like, is he going to get back and get a lick back at all? Like, is he going to do anything? And Khan was like, he got a couple, but not a whole lot. I'm like,
that spot where he caught him and threw him through like the front panel of the table.
Yeah. I was like, bro, what are we doing here?
I love the finish. I love CM Punk, really like pulling into his pocketbook for Ring of Honor, pulling out that Pepsi plunge. We haven't seen that in
a minute.
I have no clue. Did he ever pull that out in WWE, Con?
It's been
remember?
Nah, not once.
Yeah, I don't think
maybe his ECW days, maybe, but like it's been a minute since I've seen him do that.
Yeah, that's cool then.
Yeah. So I thought that was a cool throw, Ring of Honor and all that.
I liked it.
Yep.
It was a very vicious match. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I loved Punk's gear tonight too.
Me too.
We're gonna get into that. We'll talk some gear, because there are definitely some people going on the March Madness thing tonight.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't too enthralled with this match. There were some good spots. You said what, Con?
Yeah, no, I agree. I wasn't really invested in this match.
Yeah, me too.
It was a good match. Good match, but I wasn't really invested.
Good match, right. It's just I wasn't like enthralled with it like I have been with other matches on this card.
Yeah.
I thought there were some good spots. I appreciated the guns being there a little bit, but I know I picked Bullet Club Gold to win this, but I didn't expect them really to win it. I kind of figured this is kind of Kenny's get back at Don. As I was watching it, because the focus was on Kenny versus Takeshita. That was a big focus for this match, was those two fighting. But so it kind of felt like Kenny's revenge on Don tonight, but it didn't work out. That's all I gotta say about that. I mean, it was cool. It was good.
Yeah, it was really. I am starting to the Bullet Club Gold is starting to grow on me more. Juice too, even Juice. I ain't gonna bullshit.
Yep.
See,
Juice had some funny moments.
We're getting there, Con.
Yeah, he's starting to grow on me.
I feel like Bullet Club has toned him down, and that's why I'm enjoying him more. Is because he's not as just dumb in your face as he was when he was by himself.
It was just obnoxious before. It was just really obnoxious. But like it still is, but like it's to me it's been very palatable lately.
Yeah. I think the whole thing's been a little less goofy, which is what I kind of thought it was when we first started getting into it. It was just
because when they did the entrance for Bullet Club Gold and like he was on his knees barking like a dog, I thought that was funny.
Yeah. I thought before, whenever we would talk about him, my distaste for Juice would always come out, and that was my exact
I remember.
Description of him was that he was a goofball. Now he's coming off as now I feel like he's just their wild card. He's like their unhinged wild card. You know what I mean?
Love that.
He's their loose cannon. He's their Brian Pillman, and I like that. I like him in that role. But when he was just an over-the-top goofball, he was just kind of
screaming and saying wild shit all the time.
Yeah. And that's such a fine line too. Like when you really think about it, like you do one thing wrong or a couple of things wrong, like you're a goofball. But you really want to be that unhinged wild card. You got to kind of tone some of this shit down. And I think he's getting to that place. I think he's going to get to a point where like Juice can be anywhere. Juice can be around a corner. Like Juice going to be like he's going to be backstage somewhere. Like no. We got to stay away from Juice and we got to stay away from Bullet Club because of it. So so I think he's kind of going to the other side of that line now. But he's still got some work to do for me to be like, okay. But that's just me.
Yeah. Now it was a decent match. I agree with you guys that like I wasn't like really, really into it. It was a decent match, and while I do think that the right people won for the storyline, I just feel like that the finish was very flat.
I think so.
You know, just Takeshita just getting that roll up like real quick. It was just like, You know.
I know it's me, but I think a stipulation would have helped a lot here.
Listen.
There's some matches that just kind of need a stipulation, bro. There's just some.
Relax, okay? Relax.
Start taking clothes off. What a match, dude.
So I ain't gonna lie, I had my hater hat on for this match because I was convinced that Bucks
You both did.
I was convinced that the Bucks were gonna win, so I immediately was like, "What's the point?" I really have my hater hat on. Too. I really have my hater hat on, but this was a good match. This was a really good match.
Hey, I'd like to give Papa Khan a round of applause for having the entire Elite lose tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow. What a fucking they all lost. Like that's fucking insane. And I didn't really realize it until you said it to us, Hambone. But I was just like, damn, like we got through a fucking major pay-per-view with none of the Elite taking home any gold, not even winning a match, nothing, bro. Like, I
really enjoyed the match.
My shit.
I really enjoyed the match. I feel like it started off a little bit slow, but then they got into a groove. I really liked the finish. Nick coming off the top to go for the Meltzer driver, and then Dax catching him at the end. I really liked it. I feel like, and then I loved that they didn't shake their hands, because my thing about this was I said FTR are going to win, and I want it to be a catalyst for change for the Bucks because they're fucking stale right now. I love the Bucks. I do. Like, I'm always going to be a supporter of them, but they are stale right now. They've been doing the same thing for a while, and the thing that made the Bucks cool in the first place was the fact that they evolved all the time, and they were always kind of ahead of the curve. Now they're at a point of success where it's almost like they're just kind of
stagnant.
Yeah, they're a little stagnant. So that's what I'm hoping this is. They didn't shake their hands. They walked away pissed off. They're going to come back with a new attitude. Heel Bucks are the best Bucks anyway.
I agree.
So I'm looking forward to see what they do from here because I feel like this is going to be a change. They're going to come back looking for revenge, and I want to see what that looks like for the Bucks.
Yeah.
Hot take. For the Young Bucks, I heard there's new Ring of Honor World title, Tag Team Champions around. That's what I heard.
Say again.
I heard there's new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions that they could, go look over there, go figure that out.
That's a fat factoroo.
That's what I heard.
That's a fat factoroo.
That's just a rumor, though.
Little tidbit, little crunchy nugget.
Mm-hmm.
Could be true. Could not be true. Do your own research.
Yeah. Find your own sources.
Yeah. I mean, Google's free. I don't need to give you facts because Google's free.
Fucko.
Whoo, boy.
This is my favorite match.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was really looking forward to this one.
Match of the night for me.
Absolutely.
This match was every bit of violent that I thought it was going to be.
Bro, there was like 6 people in the room with us when we were watching this bitch. 5 of y'all could not look at the screen. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Bro, when they put the fucking sticks in John Moxley's head and they stuck out.
Yeah.
God damn.
That was.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
Oh, did he freeze up?
I think Hambone froze up.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Am I back?
No.
I hear him.
Yeah,
I hear him.
I hear you now.
There you go.
There you are.
Okay.
Say it again.
Cool. So I've seen the pictures. It's not the first time I saw it, but it's one of those moments I looked over at my friend. I'm like, why is Mox the way he is? You know what I mean? Like, Renee has to be sick of this shit, right?
I don't know.
Or maybe Renee's got a blood kink. I don't know, but
she may be into it.
He's cool with it.
He's something, this guy. I loved the BCC's outfit tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight's the first night that Wheeler Yuta looked like a badass.
Yeah, he did. Bro, their drip when they came out was crazy.
Yeah.
Those peacoats were nuts, dude. And the
I agree.
glasses, they look like fucking Men in Black.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
I loved Orange Cassidy was so serious in this match. He was angry. He bled. Yep. I love the spot with the glass with the duct tape. That was
wild.
Oh,
I've never seen that.
That was wild.
What was that? Have y'all seen?
We were sitting around, and we were like, we saw him with the bucket because we didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And I go, hold up, let him cook. And he tapes his hands up, and he grabs a bucket, and everyone was just like screaming. Everyone was like, no. He fucking just shoves his fucking fist in. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah. That was nutty. Yeah. Yeah. Have y'all ever seen that shit before? I've never seen nothing like that before.
I don't think I've seen that before.
I don't think I've seen anything like that.
Dude.
I don't know if it's original. I don't know if somebody's done it on an indie show or a death match or something. I don't really watch a lot. Let me
just say, I thought it was really funny that that Pentagon essentially took a smoke break in the middle of the match. Everyone was getting their asses beat. Fucking Sue pulled up to help out because then no one knew where Penta was. And he comes back because he had a quick costume change. He took a water break. Mm-hmm. He got to take a piss. He probably got to go and grab a quick snack. And then he ran back out, and he was just fresh and fit. No, hey, what's going on? Everyone's just
changed his gear.
Everyone's like, where were you?
His Beyonce. What the fuck is happening right now when his music hit? Comes out in a different outfit, and outfit change, everything. It was pretty funny.
This man thought he was fucking Beyonce with the clothes change, bro. That shit was crazy.
That shit was funny. I'm like, bro. I'm like, dog, are you eating Starburst? Is that what you were doing the last 5 minutes?
You think he walked backstage and he had people like there to take his outfit off and put on his new one?
Yeah. Did the whole
Beyonce concert.
He just stood there. He just stood there like this and just like
he just did this.
Just
took it off.
He got to check his phone. I would have been sick, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Dog, I think my arm is broken. My arm is broken. Where were you?
When he came out and that fucking ladder like shattered a little. Oh, dude, I freaked out. Crazy. That could have been so bad.
That was nuts.
Yeah, that was really bad. I was like, oh my lord. They like set it up bad the other way. They set it up backwards.
Yeah.
I loved Eddie coming back at the end. We got Zombie Eddie again. I really
Zombie
thought he
Eddie,
was going to
bro.
come out with gas again, though, because he did tell everybody he was going to burn them on Collision. So I thought he was going to come back out with gas again.
Oh my god, I didn't see that.
I love the end shot too of him with Mox, and he's just flipping Mox off.
Yeah,
Like that was funny.
Yeah.
Mox had a piece of fucking flesh just hanging off his head, and Eddie was like, "Yeah, gotcha, I won."
Mm-hmm.
When they did the hug, all the best friends did the hug with Yuta.
And then beat
really
the
cool.
shit out of him.
And then beat the shit out of him.
Beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, that was so good.
They beat the brakes off him, bro.
That's
it was a very fun match, as all of these always are. And I'm kind of interested to see what comes of it too, because I was thinking, oh, we're getting Eddie and Claudio, but now I'm kind of thinking, what if we get Eddie and Mox a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like your original theory last week, bro. The Moxley versus Orange Cassidy for the international. I really think that's a good theory. I would like to see that all out.
Me too.
Yeah,
I think that's
what I thought was going to happen too. But I feel like they didn't have very much interaction in this match.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that kind of happens a lot in AEW though, where like they do like a big match and then they like single kind of two guys out and then they just do it again. Like it's kind of just random. So I'm okay with it, even if if they weren't like kind of interacting in the match. Like they could really pick any of these five guys and I'd be down. Like Best Friends versus Santana and Ortiz, fire, do it. Yeah, book it right now.
I'm hoping to see what happens with that too. There's been so many rumors of Santana and Ortiz not being on the same page. So are they back as a team, or are they just back and they're gonna go their separate ways after this match? I really hope that they're back as a team, because I really feel like Santana and Ortiz should have been the tag team champions a long time ago in AEW.
Yeah, most definitely.
I gotta assume that they did this, that they're back together and they're good. It could go either way. But I just gotta assume that if they were able to team up for this thing, even though they kind of could have just been on either sides of the stadium and been totally fine, I think they're good.
Yeah, but because we really didn't. I mean, if you think about it, we really didn't see a lot of stuff between them in the match.
No.
So I feel like it could just be one of the things where they're like, all right, we'll work together for this one match, and then we can just go our separate ways.
Right.
But I hope they come back as a team. I hope we see it a little bit more again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we do a little bit more of a
powerful 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. What is next?
Oh boy. None of us saw this coming.
Yeah. I didn't see a good chunk of this match. I ain't even gonna bullshit. Because I already wasn't into it. Although I do love Saraya. Absolutely love Saraya. But because I just don't like Britt Baker, because I don't care about Sheeta, and I like Tony Storm, I just wasn't into the match. So I honestly took that time to go and just clean up the house.
So the one thing that I think we need to talk about is who we saw get put on the screen.
Yeah. Mercedes.
Saw a little bit of Mercedes Moné. If
Well,
she is, I mean, I can only assume that she must have agreed to some kind of match.
I think so.
They put her on.
Why put her on TV?
And in that case, obviously her and Paige makes a lot of sense.
Whole lot of
history there.
Whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
I was itching for her to come down off of those stands, bro, and just insert herself in this match. I was itching for it. Because what would have been a bigger moment than Mercedes Moné just making this a 5-way? She's like, you know what? No, I'm here now. Let's do a 5-way, and then just being in this shit. Yeah, Saraya could still win, and that'd be fucking lit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I was itching for it, but yeah, I agree with you guys. I think we do see her in AEW sometime soon. It'd be amazing if she was at All Out. I think she's still injured. I think her injury was pretty fucking serious.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what we're looking at with her. I don't even remember what her injury was, unfortunately.
Broke her ankle.
Broke her ankle. So when was that?
3-4 months ago, maybe. It was not long.
Okay.
If anything, we probably see her not until the winter, then like deep winter, like January,
November, December.
Yeah, maybe a little further than that. Depends on how bad she broke that bitch in, that fucking ankle, bro. Because I don't know. I can't really gauge what an ankle does, and also like even if you're like good and walking around, are you able to fucking wrestle? You know, like that's the difference too. It's like you could be completely fine and feel fine, but your ankle's gonna go out once you fucking jump off the top rope.
Right.
So that's kind of what you're looking at too. So I don't know. It could be top of the year, but if they're already kind of teasing her for here, then we could definitely see her next year at Wembley. That'd be sick.
Yeah. Cool to see Saraya get the win. I did not think that was going to happen, especially because Saraya she hasn't been wrestling a lot. So I was surprised to see her get the win. I think safe to say we've probably seen the last of the Outcasts.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So
you missed it, Con, but Ruby came in to the match like halfway in because Tony and Saraya had a little bit of a scuffle, and Ruby came in to try to break it up, and Tony just hit her with one, and Ruby said "fuck y'all" and left. So that was really quick. But it was like, okay, this is over. Especially with Saraya winning, there's no way they're gonna like get back together, which is cool. I mean, they had a good run. I don't need to see any more Outcasts. I don't feel like I was left out of anything with the Outcasts. So,
I think we could have done more with them, but with the way that the women's division is, like, what's the point of having women's groups?
There's no other women groups.
Titles.
So, there's no other women group. So I mean, it's not like it does anything for the women to be in a group right now.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Woo!
This match is crazy.
Sting is a crazy old man.
Mm-hmm.
Sting is a crazy old man. Also, AR Fox was not in this match.
No,
it was Christian Gage.
Yeah, but I was surprised we didn't say AR Fox at all tonight.
Yeah, we didn't see Edge either. We didn't see Edge either, despite the rumors that he might pop up. We didn't see Edge either.
We did not see Edge.
So I'm assuming that you guys did not hear the rumor of why AR Fox was taken out, right?
No, I did not hear it.
No.
So the rumor is AR Fox was taken out of Mogul Embassy because he has heat on him, because he told AEW that he could not make the show, and he told him it at the last minute.
Oh,
asshole!
Why? The reasoning, though, is apparently his grandmother died, and the funeral was this weekend. So,
okay, never mind. I take back what I said.
It's a hard decision to make.
Yeah.
You know, like if it was me, Grandma knew I loved her. She wouldn't want me to
still going to Wembley, bro.
She wouldn't want me to miss like the biggest moment of my fucking life.
Well,
bro,
okay,
keep it down, bro. Keep it down. Hey, look, bro. I don't love her any less.
That's right.
I don't love her any less.
I think the one question I have, like, personally, is, like, did his grandmother, like, raise him? Like, does he not have parents? Like, is that, like, the only person in his life that's a parental figure? Because if that's the case, I kind of get it. But if not, I'm kind of with y'all, bro. Like, grandma is grandma.
Well, at the same time, everybody's different. You know what I mean? Everyone agrees differently.
Everybody's very different.
Personally, like, knowing how I am, I'm speaking for me, I would have went to Wembley.
Yeah,
same.
Me too.
I would have went to Wembley.
Yeah. I'm not judging him either. I'm not fucking judging.
No, not at all.
You do what you got to do, bro. You do.
I'm going to Wembley, bro.
What's important is what's important. But for me, Wembley's fucking important.
I'm going to Wembley.
Yeah.
Everybody can't go, bro. Everybody can't go.
No, and you got to go.
Everybody can't go.
You got a spot over people who have been there way longer than you.
Bro, shit, dude. Yeah, he got a spot he didn't really earn quite yet, and he still went.
That's
to
a
see
tough
grandma.
decision, bro. Like that's
Very
him
tough.
picking his grandmother over the Wembley. Not a bad decision at all. But me,
however,
I just got on.
Yeah,
I just got on.
Yeah,
3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, you were on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Now you got a seat at Wembley, and you went, nah.
Bro.
I'm going to Wembley.
Give me an umbrella. I'm going Wembley.
Maybe that's a group hot take, maybe, but I'm going to Wembley.
That's fine.
I'll do it, bro.
Yeah. Sorry, AR.
But anyway, this was a fun match.
It was, bro. Bro, that coffin did not stand a chance, bro. I didn't know you could dent a coffin like that.
I thought it held up great for all the punishment it
They
took.
beat the shit out of the fucking
I
coffin.
did not think you could dent a coffin like that. I thought coffins were like solid. I did not think that.
Actually, as a casket expert,
That's right.
some can be, but the fact that Darby Allin was able to move that casket himself with little to no effort. That was probably a very cheap, very aluminum casket.
Got you.
Are you telling me that they worked us with that casket?
It was probably a work casket.
You telling me that?
Work casket. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
The real deal. The real deal is a tough object. The real deal casket is a tough object.
Without a body, right?
Without a body. Yeah.
Without a body, it's still really tough to move. Okay, that's interesting.
Oh no. Some are very like that one right there. The one that he was using, like that, very very light. Probably one of the cheapest.
It didn't look like it was made out of wood to me.
Yeah. It was probably like
it looked nice. It looked nice as shit.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, damn. When they started denting it, I was like, damn.
Wooden casket probably wouldn't have been able to do that shit.
Yeah.
Hell no, I bet not. Yeah.
I liked how Darby painted Swerve's house inside.
Yeah.
That was a nice little
Swerve's house, and
Listen. Swerve is a fucking star, okay? And
Swerve's a fucking star, and Sting is a fucking maniac.
Yep.
Yes.
He is a delirious old man.
I love Nana with Swerve, but I don't. Mogul Embassy, it's not working.
No, it's not working. Some other people.
Just let Swerve be by himself. He doesn't need a group around him.
Yeah, it's not doing. Just keep Nana with him and just make it those
just let Nana dance with him when he comes out.
Yeah,
that makes me happy. So that's all I need.
I would like some more high profile people with Swerve in Mogul Embassy, but the people he just throws in Mogul Embassy are just nobody.
Bunch of scallywags, bunch of scrubs.
My idea was to do Mogul affiliates again, but add Hobbs, Hook, and Ortiz.
Ooh,
and that was the group.
That's kind of lit. That's kind of dope. That's a good.
So that was my idea after getting Trench and Boudreaux out of there. I was like, man, these four can make a good group.
That's a good group.
Let Swerve go do some single stuff. Let the other three go to the trios division.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I like that. That's a good one.
What do I know? I'm just a fucking mark. So
that's a good one though. I like it.
I like this match.
This match was way better than I expected it to be. Jericho looked good in the match.
I was weird about Fozzy opening when I heard about it, and then when he did it, I was like, "This is dope."
He did that at SummerSlam one year.
Yeah, I didn't think the performance was very good, but
I thought it was cool.
It didn't go on as long as I thought it was going to, so that was good.
I thought it was going to do the whole song.
Yeah, me too. Fuck no. Yeah, that would have been a lot. No, just do the intro like you do. Nah, don't.
Yeah, I thought it was going to do the whole song.
We don't need no second verse, Jericho. We're good.
No.
Yeah.
But this was a very good match.
Yep.
Went the way it should have went.
Yep.
With Ospreay winning.
Yep.
My only thing is, what are we doing now? Okay, Ospreay just beat one of your biggest stars, but he's not on the roster. What are we doing?
We're signing Ospreay in 6 months. That's what we're doing.
That's what I'm saying. I keep saying that, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, he says he doesn't want to." Move to America. Yeah, what would change that? Millions of dollars.
A bunch of fucking money.
Who has a bunch of fucking money?
Tony motherfucking Khan.
Yeah. You know who also used to say he didn't want to move to America? Kenny Omega. He became a Japanese citizen and everything.
What?
Where's he at?
Yeah.
Making that money. And I guarantee you that AEW will pay Will Ospreay more than New Japan will. And honestly, there just ain't nothing else to do in New Japan for Will Ospreay. He's done it all. He's faced every single person on the roster dozens of times. There's no more to do there for him.
You don't think Ospreay? You don't think WWE would put Ospreay right back in NXT and just make him a developmental talent too? They totally would, bro. They would totally drop that. They would fumble that fucking bag, bro. I totally believe it.
I don't think they would. I think they'd put him on the main roster. I don't know that they would use him correctly, but I think they'd put him directly on the
I don't think they use him correctly.
I honestly couldn't picture him in NXT.
No.
I couldn't either, but I think WWE could.
I don't even think they'd do that. I think they do him the same way they did AJ, where they just bring him immediately to the main roster.
Yeah, I agree.
If they know who AJ Styles is outside of like TNA, if they know who AJ Styles is, they know who Will Ospreay is.
Yeah, but
the other reason I would say that too is because this is a very different NXT now.
1 million.
It is very, very much
very developmental.
This is not you know, the indie star, you know, NXT that, you know, it was years ago. So to bring Will Ospreay there, he would just be such a big fish in a very small pool.
pond.
So yeah. I don't think they would do it
at all. It's not the indie farm it used to be.
Either way, I don't trust WWE to handle Ospreay correctly.
Sure.
So that's just what I think he'd be a big fish in a very, very big pond there, where there's just not enough. There's not enough room for the talent they got right now. I mean, there's not enough. So, and you could maybe argue that there's not enough room for an AEW either, but I don't know. It depends on what you want to consider. I feel like there's a whole lot of people clamoring for shit in WWE more so than AEW.
Yeah.
So
we would, if we went to WWE, we'd immediately get Will Ospreay and Ricochet again.
Yeah, something like that, bro. Like, I'm good. I'm all right, bro. Yeah. I don't need to say Ospreay, Logan Paul. I don't need to see Ospreay, Sheamus, or whatever. I don't need to see none of that, bro. He needs to be at the top.
Yeah.
What a swerve, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that shit neither.
Yep.
I called it, but I didn't expect it.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't have much to say about this match, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah. So I didn't expect them to win either, and I'm going to say that this is the one that I disagree with the most. I love the Acclaimed as well, but I am a House of Black mark, and I don't think I get why they did it, but Billy Gunn still could have had his moment without winning these titles, and I just don't believe, you know, a 60-year-old Billy Gunn is taking down this dominant House of Black. They just were not the ones to end this run for me. So I disagree with it, but it is what it is.
I can definitely see what you're saying about it. However, I think we are genuinely on the last leg of Billy's career here. So I think they just wanted to give him these trios championships. Maybe this doesn't even last until All Out. Maybe they just run this back. House of Black takes it back, and that's when Billy Gunn retires right there. He was a champion for a week. He showed up on a couple shows with the belt. That's it. You know, that's fine with me. Like, I don't think that does anything for the Acclaimed at that point either. Like, they have the trios champions for a week. They lose them. They're not really a trio anyway. So they just had them at one point with Billy Gunn. Billy retires, and they go back to doing tag team stuff.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
I also shout out to House of Black for the Bray tribute.
Yeah,
that was very nice to see. I was hoping somebody was going to do something, and they were the ones. So it was really nice to see it.
FTR had wristbands or like armbands on, which they kind of always do.
Hoping somebody did something a little bit more.
I was really hoping someone did a Sister Abigail, but no one did.
Yeah,
I was really hoping for a Sister Abigail.
We almost got it from Jay White, but it is Jay White's finisher. So
yeah. But I wanted them to like legit like say like, "Oh, Sister Abigail."
Yeah.
But,
House of Black may be my drip of the night. By the way, that white gear, those masks.
Yeah.
I mean, even with Julia too.
Oh, Julia was out here, bro.
House of Black and all white was pretty hard.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I did like Ospreay's get up. I called him the British Nightmare because he kind of looked like Cody. But that shit was hard.
Right. Yeah, we're not doing any segs tonight like usual, but my drip of the week, House of Black. There it is.
Mine too. No seggy waggies. Wow.
Right.
Woo.
How'd y'all feel about it?
I think. Go ahead, Hamo.
No, you go. Go ahead.
I really think they did exactly like what you have to do in this situation. I think you had them win the Ring of Honor champions 3 hours ago. You got to kind of keep them together. So you can't really do what you really want to do, which is get one of these guys to turn on each other. And I still have no idea which one's going to be the one to do it. Because there was multiple occasions for both of these guys to knock one or the other upside the head. And it didn't happen. MJF had the ring. Adam had the belt like 3 times to do it.
Yeah.
None of it happened. I even thought Adam was gonna hit Roddy with the fucking belt at one point, and he didn't. But these guys have to defend these title belts, these tag belts, and win a couple or lose a couple, or they have to lose them at some point. So you got to kind of do what you did here. And I really liked the MJF kind of getting Adam out of his head thing at the end, where it was
trying to snap him out of it.
Yeah, it's like, yo, these guys still love you. Like, look, we're like Ring of Honor champions, and even
Adam wasn't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, Adam was not trying to hear it, but it was still like, and like it just showed like a real person, human moment for Max.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, oh, Max like is hurt right now. Like, even if he's a devil, right now he's playing hurt. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, oh, like you never fucked with me at all. All you ever wanted was that fucking belt, and like turned his back on him, and Adam proved him wrong. But it's just like, we're really seeing like a very, very human side of Max right now, and it's really cool to see, because it's like, this is what we're gonna remember when he starts being the devil again. It's like he can be a human. He is a human, and I'm genuinely starting to believe him. I know we all had the devil thing in the back of our head, but I'm genuinely believing like he's kind of turning a little bit of a leaf right now.
I'm starting to believe the turn, but I'm still remembering that he calls himself the devil.
Yeah,
right.
But that that percentage of my brain right now of like remembering that he's the fucking devil is going down and down and down, week by week by week. It's like, yo, like we know he's the devil, and I think they might even push it to the point where like, you know what, no, he's a different Max, and then they fucking slap us over the head. So like I don't know, but I love seeing this shit, and I'm so glad we're gonna get more Adam and MJF content, because that just needs to be its own spin-off show on HBO Max. Do it right now. It's amazing.
2 seasons. Give me 2 seasons.
2 seasons already. Just book it. Just do it. I'm with it 1,000%. I loved a lot of this match.
I liked a lot of the match too. Not the way I would have booked it. I do think that this was probably the place to do the turn, but we didn't do it.
Even with the belts?
Yes. I think you could have gotten out of that easily. Honestly, I thought them winning the tag belts was just a swerve. Oh, we're going to give them the belts so they don't think the turn's coming. That's what I thought it was.
I'm with you. Okay.
For me, it could have been, okay, the turn happens, and then the next week, well, you guys got to defend the belts. You're the champions.
Right.
Adam goes out, and only Adam comes out. Max won't come out, and then Adam just gets the shit beat out of him and gets whoever it's against wins the belts. More sympathy on Adam Cole that he got turned on, and then he can't even get revenge. His tag team partner is not even going to come out. You know what I mean? So I think there's ways to go around it.
And to piggyback off of that too, like that's how this started anyway. The fact that MGF and Adam Cole are tag titles anyway is because of names drawn out of a hat. Like, that's how this is presented to us. So these guys aren't really a team anyway. So for them to just have this be a swerve and they're like, we're not really a team. Like we're nobody. Like, we were cool these last couple of months, but we're not really like that. So like, it easily could have been that. So I can totally see what you're saying. Yeah.
I did like a lot of the match though. I did like that they did. At first, I was like, "Oh, they're doing the double pin." Like I knew that was.
Oh my god, dude! I really hope. I'm so glad they didn't fucking do that. Like that was. The end.
I knew it wasn't going to be the end, but I liked it because I liked Max saying, "No, we're gonna just get a fucking winner," because that's how the feud started. So it really was kind of like a full circle moment right there. Yeah, another callback. So I did love that. I did like that both of them teased turns throughout the entire match. Roddy is really working that injury. I can't believe he's still hurt somehow.
Oh my god.
Hater. A hater.
A hater, bro. For real.
Big hater. He came in there with big hater energy.
I'm your best friend.
Yeah.
I'm your best friend.
Me, Adam. Me.
Pick me, Adam.
Pissed, bro.
Damn. Golly.
So I don't know. Again, I think this was the perfect place to do the turn. They didn't. I'm gonna let it cook. We're gonna see where it goes. I did not again like the finish though. Again, just a roll up. It was flat. I feel like they could have done a little bit more there and got the pin. So that was a little flat for me, but it was still a good match. I am surprised that they didn't do the turn. I'm interested to see what they do without during doing the turn. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm cool.
The,
I didn't want to see a big conclusion like that at Wembley. I kind of want them to hold off on that and kind of let the story just kind of cook a little bit more. So I am happy that we didn't see the turn at the Wembley. I think that when we do see the turn, it's going to be big and shocking. I really do. Even though we already expect it, it's still going to be very big. It's still going to be very shocking. I'm glad that we didn't get it at the Wembley, personally, just from my personal preference.
Yeah. The ref got his ass beat all night, didn't he?
The ref got fucked up.
Bryce earned his paycheck tonight.
God damn. Lord almighty, he got fucking elbowed. He got fucking.
You saw they walked him out at the end of the match?
Did they? Oh,
yeah.
I missed that completely.
They had to walk him out.
No. That's funny as shit, dude. Yeah, he got fucking. Yeah, he like what'd you say? You earned his paycheck? That's funny as shit.
Yeah. I was wondering, like, when the match started, I'm like, how the fuck did Bryce get this match? And then I was like, oh, okay, that's why.
That's why.
He's about to get his ass whipped. That's why. But yeah, good match. Absolutely. The ending will be interesting. It was like every AEW show. It was a great show. People were a little bit down about the card, but as far as I'm concerned, they delivered. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next year.
Same.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep, 2024.
Whoa! All right. So, wait, we gotta talk about this though. Here are our picks. Nick's feeling real good about himself right now.
Let's go, baby! I'm out here. I only picked one more than you guys, but
not mad.
Yeah, it's cool. You guys are actually 6-6, unfortunately, but yeah, the I don't know if that's right. Actually, I gotta look at that again because that doesn't look because there's only 11 matches, so I can't be 7-5. That's 12. So I gotta figure that out. But I have 7 wins and 4 losses because I'm not counting the wild cards.
Yeah,
that's kind of hard to get those. So
which we were all wrong about all of them.
Yeah, Ospreay did not even get in the Golden Elite thing. Kingdom did not come. Well, Kingdom came out, but they didn't even. And Punk didn't get anywhere close to MJF. So unfortunately, none of that happened. I'm very interested to see what the fuck happens with All Out because even with I think there's like 2 matches announced for All Out right now.
Yeah, I really thought that they were going to use tonight to set up some stuff for All Out.
Yeah.
Because they need to put some big matches on, sell 2 pay-per-views in a week, and they did not do that tonight. So.
We'll see, bro. We'll see.
That just tells me though that Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision are about to be crazy because they gotta announce it. I mean, they gotta have at least like
5 matches.
AEW pay-per-views got to have like 7-8 matches each time. Yeah. Like you can't expect me to fucking go from this to fucking like 4 matches. You can't do it. Yeah. Like you want me to pay $50 for 4 matches? Like no. So they gotta at least have 8 matches on that bitch. So I'm trying to see what they do with that.
I'm gonna be at Collision too, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Are you going to Collision too?
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah, good shit.
Oh yeah.
Good, bro.
All right. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Payback. What we can talk about with Payback. We're gonna give our predictions. You got your pad? You got your pad and paper out, Nick?
Yo.
All right. So Payback is this Saturday. I'm not even gonna know what my predictions are because I'll be at Collision. So whatever. But
is that too much?
Let's talk about what we know.
This is a steel cage match, by the way.
Oh, now you're real. You're real. This just changed the angle of Nick's dangle.
Yeah, bro. This is essentially a payback for not being on the last pay-per-view, SummerSlam. For these 2 women, because I do agree with them, bro. Like there was like 1 women's match on that, or any? Was there any on SummerSlam?
SummerSlam? Yeah, we had the 3-way for the women's title.
Okay.
Charlotte, Asuka, and Bianca.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that was the one that they did. They had this whole big ass feud going, and they just decided not to get. So I agree with them. But who am I picking for this? I want to say Becky, just because I feel like Trish doesn't need a win.
Yeah, I got Becky.
She's here as a legacy pick, so it's kind of like
I got Becky.
Yeah,
I'm also going with Becky. I'm kind of looking forward to this match more than the other ones, though. I want to see what these two ladies do in a cage, and I know that, especially because Trisha said that she has never done these matches before, so she wanted to do them on her last run. So I'm looking.
She's never done a cage match.
No,
wow.
No, but I do think Becky wins because I think this feud needs to end here.
Yeah.
And I think the only way it ends is with Becky getting the definite. The definite win.
I think Lita was supposed to still be a big part of this thing, and the fact that she's not here and not injured and everything like that. I think that's why this kind of spun out and just has really nothing going on. Because I'm not really interested in this feud all the way. I mean, it's Trish and it's Becky, and I'm just, So I don't know, but I'm very much interested to see what these two do in a steel cage. This might, depending on any bloodline things popping up, which as of right now, there's nothing announced. This could be the main event. So I'm not sure. I don't know. So we all got Becky.
I don't know about this match.
Me neither.
I don't feel like this is a big enough match.
I don't know.
I really feel like they needed to make it the 4-way.
Yeah.
Which, we're not there yet, so we don't know what's going to happen. Because, right now, Cody doesn't have a match. Finn doesn't have a match, even though Finn just got beat by LA Knight, which was very surprising to me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people right now that don't have a match, which is weird.
Yeah. This one's hard because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Also, I think that right now is the perfect time for Seth Rollins to lose this belt.
I think so, too.
For two reasons. One, he is injured. And he clearly needs some time off.
Right.
But two, I feel like we're just hitting the point where fans are starting to get a little tired of him. I feel like we're starting to hear. Yeah, I feel like we're starting to hear some more boos, a little bit less on the singing. I see a lot of it online now. People are getting a little sick of him. So I feel like if he leaves right now, if he drops the title, he can heal up. He can leave before people really get sick of him. Come back in a couple months and be over again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think right now is the perfect time for him to lose it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Shinsuke on this one.
If this ends up just Seth and Shinsuke, then I think Seth. But if it ends up with something more, I think that he's gonna lose.
I'm giving it to Shinny.
Ham, you're saying Shinsuke as well?
No, I'm saying Seth. If it's just these two, it's Seth.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'm all the way believing that Shinsuke's taking this belt off him right now. Yeah. I agree that the time is right for him to lose the belt, but is Shinsuke the person to lose it by himself right now? I don't know.
Right. I would love to see Shin win. I just don't feel like they've put in enough time to make that believable right now.
Give me Shinny.
I think I'm gonna say Seth. I don't know if I agree with him kind of losing like fandom, I guess. His overness. I don't know if I agree with that all the way. I haven't seen any of those reports, so I can't really vouch for any of that stuff. But I know for me as a fan, when it comes to Seth Rollins, the only thing I'm sick of is him having the belt. And I wouldn't even say I'm sick of it. I would say more so like he doesn't need it. I think he created it, per se. This iteration of it. I think he created it, and I think he's held it, and I think he's defended over worthy opponents, and that's all he needs to do. It needs to go to somebody else who needs to be put over or is in the position to be over. So that's kind of where I'm sitting at with more so the title than Seth. So I'm picking Seth just because I don't think Shinsuke is the right guy to beat him.
Right.
That's it.
That's an easy one. Rhea.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's anything
about this match. I don't have anything to say about this match. Rhea.
This is a no-brainer that Raquel's gonna wash Rhea Ripley right now in Payback in is it Pittsburgh? They're going to Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's over for Rhea Ripley. She never should have got the title in the first place. That's my hot take. Get her.
Wow.
I'm done. I'm so stupid.
This guy is he is divisive. He is polarizing.
Divisive.
Divisive is crazy.
Divisive is nuts.
I've really been pulling out words on you guys the last couple weeks.
Is that how you say that word?
That's how I say it.
I thought it was divisive.
I thought it was divisive.
Could be. I say it the fancy way, so whatever.
The fancy way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're controversial.
A certain je ne sais quoi.
You are vapid.
What else?
I think that this match is only happening because these two are best friends in real life and they want to fight each other. So,
Are they really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They have like matching tattoos that says like.
I didn't know that. Okay.
That's cool. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
No, thank you, Mama Pam. No, thank you.
We all said Rhea, right?
Yes.
I wrote it all down as we all said Rhea, but I want to make
You
sure that we all said
you
Rhea.
said, I heard you say, and don't you fucking change what you wrote down now.
Thank you, wife.
Listen, there's no recording of me saying that I said Raquel was going to win. I said Rhea was going to win the whole time. I think Rhea's the best woman that's in this division right now, and she should have this belt for all of eternity.
Wow.
I would love
Gonna ride
fish.
hell.
Rice and chicken?
What's that?
Do you want fish too?
Yeah,
You want
absolutely.
everything?
Yeah. We're getting food. What are we eating?
Oh,
Fish.
what are you getting?
What are you eating, Con? Because I'm about to eat the same
some
fucking
fish,
thing.
some brown rice, and some Red Lobster cheddar biscuits, gluten free.
Yes, sir. That's what I want.
We've gone much longer than I thought we would, fellas, and I'm fucking hungry, but we're going to get through this.
We'll go
Who
real
we
quick.
picking here?
Ray,
Ray.
motherfucking Mysterio.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Ray.
Do you guys think they're breaking up the LWO or something? I mean,
No.
they're kind
Why
of
are we
hitting
thinking that?
something, right?
I'm getting that vibe.
I just feel like they're hitting.
Are we getting that vibe? Why
I'm
are we
getting that vibe.
Am I missing something?
This is just my personal opinion. I just don't think Santos Escobar is going to let it rock that he was supposed to be the one to get that match and he got injured and then raised it.
Yeah,
I feel like part of it is just not letting that slide.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know Santos enough to gauge whether or not he's going to do that. I think as a competitor, I would agree with that. I just don't know Santos as a person enough or as a wrestler enough to be like, oh yeah, he's not going to let that slide. I don't know that enough. You guys might know a little more than me, but I don't know. I don't see any inclination that LWO is breaking up. I don't see any inclination that Austin Theory needs this belt again. I really just think this is his rematch, and he's just going to lose it, and he's going to go away. Hopefully.
I hope.
You're picking Ray too, Hambo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Another pretty obvious one, I think. I think it's
Ooh,
pretty
Lay
clear.
Knight. Lay Knight.
La Knight wins.
La Knight.
La Knight.
La Knight walks out with the
Knight.
win here.
Yeah. Big,
Another,
big, they
meaningless
call him
match.
Big LA.
No one calls him that, bro.
I enjoyed La
Chicken
Knight
too? Oh, you're
Bray
amazing.
tribute as well.
It was nice. It was very sweet.
That was
Yes,
nice.
I like that.
I saw the clip of it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I was with Con actually with the Bray Wyatt episode. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
Do we have a
We're gonna
wild
do-
card prediction for Payback real quick?
None.
Nothing?
I'm going to say that world title match gets turned into a 4-way. Something else is happening there. But I don't know if that really is does that count because it's not at the show? You know, I feel like that happens before the show. So
That counts to me.
I got nothing, Duke. I got nothing.
You got none? No
Nothing.
prediction? All right. I think we see a bloodline match.
Yep.
That's kind of a vague prediction, but I do
Yeah.
think we get some type of bloodline match announced at some point.
Sure.
Whether it's all of them or just two of them or whatever it is, I do think we get some type. I can't imagine we go a pay-per-view without bloodline. So that's gonna be my prediction: is that we just get a bloodline match.
Mm.
and then we can talk about this too because this is coming up this Sunday. We're getting a second pay-per-view from AEW. 2 pay-per-views
What a weekend, bro.
in a week.
What a
We
weekend!
don't have a lot of matches announced for this yet. Obviously, we've talked
Mhm.
about, but we can, I guess, do our predictions for what we know so far. I'll be here, so if you're gonna be here, find your boy. Say what up. Don't be creepy. Don't say hi to me. Don't look me in the eyes. Especially if you haven't washed your ass.
Ooh.
Okay?
Have you washed your ass today?
Clean your booty. Clean your booty.
All right, so real quick, let's get through this. We got Luchasaurus and Darby Allin. Darby wins this, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's got to win this, right? And then we see Darby and Christian, right?
That's what I would think.
Does anybody know if Darby Allin's dad is alive? Because if not, you know who's coming for him.
That's a nasty bag to have, by the way. That's a nasty bag to have.
That's a weird spot.
Listen,
that is a weird fucking spot, dude.
If your parents aren't around anymore, you better be watching.
No. If your dad isn't around,
if your dad,
it's just a dad.
Straight for the dad.
If your dad isn't around and your mom is like still semi-attractive, Christian's coming for you.
There you go.
His whole bag is, hey, I want to be your new dad.
Yo, Nick Wayne better watch his fucking back.
He better be on his P's and
Christian's coming. Christian is coming.
P's and Q's. He's about to violate, bro. He about to make it personal. Oh, he about to remind you of your father every week.
So we also had, because we don't have a graphic, but it was just announced, we got Ruby and Chris Statlander for the TBS.
Oh, is that happening? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that is official. I'm going to say Statlander. As much as I would love Ruby to win it, because I think Ruby is extremely underrated and she has not gotten a fair shake in AEW so far. Yeah. I just don't think that they're going to pull the trigger yet. This feud hasn't cooked long enough for them to pull that trigger.
Yeah. I'm gonna still say Ruby though.
Yeah,
I like Ruby, bro. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
I like Ruby too. I think that Chris really hasn't done enough with this title to lose it right now. I think there needs to be something more with her title run than just being the person that took it off of Jade. I don't understand why they haven't really done anything with her besides kind of tag her up with Willow every now and then. But I still think it's going to be Chris. I think Chris holds for a little longer, and hopefully they throw her into a feud, or this is the feud that they it's a real feud for her because she hasn't had any.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Chris.
And then the only other match that we know for sure is announced. It's Powerhouse Hobbs and Miro. Excuse me, I can talk.
Miro. I'm giving him the Miro.
Yeah. I would prefer it to be Hobbs. I'm not really into Miro like that. But with him just making his return, basically, I don't really see him losing here.
I'm going to pick Hobbs.
Okay.
I think they put more stock into Hobbs as they have not really put a whole lot of stock into Miro, whether that be he's gone or not. I think they put a lot of TV time and promo time into Powerhouse Hobbs for him to just lose a match like this right away. And I don't think they have a whole lot of stock in Miro for them to be the guy that they push a lot of stock in. To beat the guy they put a lot of stock in.
Yep.
If that makes sense. So I'm going to go Hobbs.
Okay.
Do we have any weird predictions?
Well, so I have not, obviously, because we've been doing this, I have not been watching the media scrum, but Kenny Omega and Takeshita are officially announced as well.
For All Out. Awesome.
Yep. So I will say Kenny wins there.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Kenny.
Yeah.
I will say Kenny as well, actually. Just because I thought that would be the revenge tour today against Don. So I'm assuming that that's going to be the revenge against Don right there, is to beat Takeshita. And you can't really have Kenny lose twice in a week, right? I guess you could, but I don't know if you want.
So here's the other thing. The other thing that we're getting, which was announced, on Dynamite, we are getting Orange Cassidy versus Penta versus for the international title, and then whoever wins that match goes on to face Jon Moxley for the title at All Out. So Obviously, I think Orange wins that. We get Orange and John Moxley, and I'm still going with Moxley as the guy to take the title off of OC.
Me too.
So
Me too.
I think it's time. As much as I hate to say it, I think it's time.
OC's held it down, but it's time to move on.
He has made
Moxley's
that title matter. What a reign.
Yeah.
Moxley's not going to hold that as long as Orange does, in my opinion. I think that's probably a hot take, maybe. I think they're going to keep Orange as the real, like, he's going to be the international champion to beat for a while. But I do think Mox would be the guy to take it off of him. I can't imagine Penta just beats him and all of a sudden it's Penta versus Mox right at All Out. I don't think that makes sense. So I'm also going to say Mox.
Yeah.
And I say Mox even if it's Penta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if Penta goes with it, then it's still Mox for me. Like
less than 0% chance that Penta wins it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have a real prediction for this, just because we're so like in the infancy of them announcing their shit still. That's kind of hard to do the predictions with this one. Do you guys have anything, Con? Hambone?
I'm gonna say that we're somehow gonna end up with Max versus Punk.
Okay. I was kind of leaning that towards that too.
Yeah. I feel like we gotta have a match. We gotta have a big match here, you know.
Yeah,
and we don't have one yet. So
yeah, you don't have any big matches at all. You don't have any title match. Well, no, the international title would be the only. Well, in the TNT.
Yeah.
That's their mid card titles.
Yeah.
So it's
those are. And plus, I mean, you're not gonna do a pay per view in Chicago and not have Punk on it. We know Punk is going to be on.
You're not gonna know Punk. Yeah. So I agree with you there. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna leave because we're gonna have 2 weeks off because you're gonna be at StarCast and All Out and Collision, and that's gonna be nice for you. I think I'm gonna leave these. I think I'm gonna leave these predictions open, just so like if more comes out during the week, then we can like write them down and we'll have them beforehand. And we won't cheat. I promise. We're doing this for our own fun, not for anybody else's. Right. But we're not going to cheat on these. I'll leave these prediction slots open. Obviously, I'll hit you guys up during the week to get any more because they announced like 3 more matches. Before,
like Nick just said, we will not be on this coming Sunday because I will be in Chicago. I will be working StarCast. I will be at Collision. I will be at All Out. If you're going to be there, come find me. I don't know who I'm working with yet at StarCast, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to be all up in it all 3 days, the entire time. Going to meet some other TikTok people. That'll be pretty cool to meet them in real life. So looking forward to this weekend, boys.
What are you most excited about for StarCast? What are you like hoping to do?
Just so, this year is obviously going to be different than last year. Last year was rough but I feel like it was rough just because of the Ric Flair show after. That was where the hard work really came in, and we don't have that this year. This year it's just going to be the convention. I think it'll be a lot easier. I'm hoping I'm just going to be working with some wrestlers. I'm hoping I've put my feelers out there to my contact that I want to work with Eddie Kingston or Willow or the House of Black. So I'm hoping I get put with somebody like that.
That'd be dope.
Especially because, I may have impressed them last year, so I'm hoping I'm not going to get thrown with just some indie fuck.
Wow, you're gonna get stuck with somebody like that now too. Now you said all that shit. You put it in the air, and now you're gonna deal with
I know. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm just looking forward to a weekend of wrestling, man. This is my passion. It's what I love. I'm happy to be brought in for StarCast again. I'm happy to work it again. I'm just really looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun weekend. Very fun weekend.
Oh, yeah.
All jokes aside, it's really fucking cool you get to do shit like that. And, the fact that they asked you back and, you get to do this shit again and, hang out with a bunch of people you, kind of look up to. If that's a better word, if that's a good word for it.
Yeah, sure.
I think that's really fucking dope. So enjoy the fucking weekend, dog. And we hope to hear from you and hear about all the fucking craziness you're doing. Because that'd be really fucking cool to hear about in real time. And we'll just we'll hang out and watch all this stuff on TV.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll talk. We will not be on next week again.
Nope.
So we will see you in 2 weeks. Well, I'm sure that we'll talk about StarCast and whatever happens at All Out, we'll get it all in at some point. So
that's gonna be a long fucking show.
It is. Yeah.
I just realized how fucking long that show is. 3 weeks of fucking headlines that we're gonna get through. All those pay-per-views and all the fucking StarCast shit. Holy shit.
We're going on at noon that Sunday. It's going to be a long show.
Noon to 9 p.m.
Yep.
We got to get through it all, everybody.
Like
That's
shit.
right.
Hell yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, that was our prediction show. That was All In. What a show. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. All of you fucking marks.